why I would not drive for Uber. Let me preface this with saying that I believe you can make decent money on Uber, DoorDash, Postmates, and these gig apps, and I believe that a lot of people do it. I'm not knocking those types of people whatsoever. We need delivery drivers. But if you have high aspirations of starting a business, creating real wealth, generational wealth, these gig apps are wasting your time. Let me explain why. Number one, there is no future. Driving for Uber and these other apps is a hamster wheel. You have to come back day after day after day to make money. They pay you just enough to keep you on the wheel, and they don't pay you too much where you get off the wheel and you never want to do it again. There's always a little bit there. It's almost like a casino. If you look at the apps, the colors they use, the animations that they use when you make the money on it, it's almost addicting for you to stay on these apps, but there is no future. There is no promotion. There is no business that you can sell. There is no way to scale you being an Uber driver. You will only have you, and there is a ceiling with what you can actually make. There's no way of you hiring employees under your Uber app, right? No, Uber is the company. Uber is the business. You are just the worker for it, and it is going to be very hard for you to create generational wealth just being an Uber driver, so don't waste your time there if there is no future. Number two, you really aren't making as great money as it seems like you are. If you factor in the gas, the vehicle depreciation, the increased cost of insurance and maintenance, you're probably making less money than if you just took a part-time job at a warehouse that wasn't as exciting, wasn't as cool. You know, a lot of people get sucked into the shininess of the work when you want culture. A lot of people, they say, well, I'm running my own business, essentially. But what you're doing is you're making more money, or you're making less money with the appearance of freedom. Okay, I like having the appearance and having the money. Okay, so what that means is I might go take a boring warehouse job that pays me $12 to $15 an hour, when on Uber I may appear like I'm making $15 to $18 an hour, but by the time I factor in my gas and vehicle maintenance and everything, I'm not. I'm probably only making like $8 or $10 an hour, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is don't get sucked in to feeling like you're making great money when you're really not. You should be really analyzing the profit of it. And if you really break it down, you're not making that much money. So from a money standpoint, it's probably smarter for you to just go take a part-time job at a warehouse that's maybe 5-10 minutes down the road from you. Not as exciting. You can't log on and off when you can. But let's face it, if you want to make extra money, you need to be disciplined. And it's probably a smarter move to go take that job, okay? Number three, there's an opportunity cost to everything. Instead of driving, you could actually set yourself up for success by doing the following. Number one, you could be networking with business leaders locally. Like I said, if you're watching this, you're probably interested in starting a business or making more money or creating success and a better life for yourself. So if you want to own a business, but you don't know what business to start, which is a lot of people, you should go meet with owners in your local community. Go sit down with 10 to 15 different business owners and ask them, hey, what's the biggest thing that challenges you in your business? What's one thing that you hate doing? What are some opportunities in the community for businesses that you don't really see right now? What would be a good business to start? You ask 10 to 15 business owners those questions, and the answers that come out of those questions will likely be your next business. I'm telling you, the people that I've talked to that have actually done this have found success with finding a business idea that they never could have thought of before because they didn't know the opportunity existed. Or they weren't really interested in it. They weren't really interested in it until somebody pointed out that there's a massive opportunity for them to make a lot of money. Okay, if I can make a lot of money in something, I'm interested in it. And you are probably as well. Number two, you could have been investing in yourself by reading books or watching educational videos. But instead, you're driving for Uber. You know, every answer to wealth and success is either in the pages of a book, these books beside me, or in the minutes of a video. Literally, if you go look at my YouTube, I'm not trying to tell you to go to my YouTube, but if you go look at it, I've made thousands or hundreds of videos of how to start certain businesses, how to start certain side hustles, business advice, just me alone. But if you go look at YouTube as a whole, go check out so many other creators. They are posting such helpful content where they're literally sharing the blueprint to their success, how they made it, and how you could potentially get it from the level that you're at. Okay, and the same thing in books. So many books that I have helped me out in my journey and success. I just had to open the book and I had to read it. But if I have no time because I'm sitting around driving Uber making $8 an hour, then I'm not going to read a book and I'm going to remain the same person that I am now. I'm going to have no new ideas. I'm going to have no new thoughts and processes of something that I could do to make extra money and potentially start a business that could be sold for millions of dollars. No, you're not going to do that when you're stuck in a car at traffic because you're driving somebody for no tip because they didn't want to tip you and you have no control over that. Yeah, you're not going to invest back on yourself when you're doing that all day long. Okay, so the third thing here, if you are driving for Uber all day, the opportunity cost is you could have taken an unpaid or a low-paid internship that has a high potential. What that means is maybe it makes more sense for you to make less money right now, but be exposed to big ideas, big think, a new way of potentially thinking about business, starting businesses. Then you can take those ideas and that think and those and that process and go create your own business. This is what I did before I started my company. I was at a nice, big, stable company, and I got an opportunity to go work for a smaller startup and kind of a unique spot or unique space of the industry that I'm in, which is the insurance industry. And I took that unique kind of riskier job. And I remember when I was leaving the company I was working for, one of the bosses said, hey, two things are going to happen when you go to this company. Number one, you're going to be exposed to a startup culture and it's going to be really fun, maybe exciting. Or two, something bad's going to happen. The whole thing is going to blow up and you're going to have to go get another job somewhere else. And it may be worth the risk of you taking that. I don't know. And I really respected him when he said that because in my thought process, it was like, hey, I'm going to go take this not so stable opportunity, but I'm going to be able to learn so much. And I learned so much in that place that allowed me to go start a business of my own and be successful. And I attribute most of my success to business by being exposed to the things in that business, being exposed to other business owners, actually hearing their story and learning from those people that helped me become successful. Every other position before that has helped me for sure, but that exposure to a unique environment. And if I wasn't open to it, then I wouldn't have had that. So what I'm trying to tell you today is be open to opportunities that may not breed you a lot of money right now, but is going to give you potential. When you're young, you're starting up, or maybe you don't really have that much going on right now, and maybe going and making $50 a night for Uber sounds really great. Hey, $50, I can go make it, but don't sell yourself short. Don't shorten your potential, because when you're signing into Uber, what you're really doing is you're saying, hey, I don't care about growing my potential today. I care about taking the short gain of $20 to $50 tonight instead of the long potential putting seeds into harvest or seeds into the ground for harvest tomorrow. No, I'm going to go buy something today. And you need to plan for the future and how you get to the next level. Like the level that I got to is because I consistently have said, how can I be strategic with my life? No, I don't mow my own grass at my house. I pay somebody else to do it because it takes me an hour to do it. I don't want to do it. I can use that hour, use that time to go find other ways to whatever I pay my lawn care guy, I can make that money back because I use that hour to further my potential down the road. So that $50 or $60 that I pay that lawn care person doesn't matter to me because I've already made way more than that from the time that I've been freed up to use my brain, to learn, to find success, to find potential, okay? So what I'm trying to tell you today is don't sell yourself short. Don't just keep logging into these gig apps because it's real easy, low-hanging fruit. I'm going to grab some money right now. No, create generational wealth, generational knowledge, generational potential, and the only way to get potential is to do things that don't really provide a benefit for you right now. Potential is an unrealized massive gain that you're putting in effect today. So do not destroy your potential by logging into these apps. Put your head down, go to work. It's going to seem like you're not making progress, but every book you read, every page you turn, every person you meet with, every relationship that you put in place, every internship you have, it starts piling on top of each other. So in 10 years, you're unrecognizable compared to what you thought you were going to achieve. Okay, so if you like this type of content, I post a video every day at 1:15 p.m. Eastern. Please like and subscribe.